Greetings and salutations and good morning to you. Um, it's kind of chilly here this morning. Kind of chilly, so I got my sweatshirt on. But I was here busily playing, doing nothing.
Can you use this?
No, no, thanks. And but I thought I'd bring you along for the train ride or the train wreck, whichever. But I want to show you. I'm really getting into this slow stitching thing. I'm really loving it. But I'm gonna tell you. Well, here, let me just show you a couple. Yeah, show you. Yuz. Show yuz. This is a couple of squares I've been working on. Let's see here. Okay. See this one here. What I did first was I went along like this one here. I've just got I covered up the piece with patches, just different raw edge patches of fabrics, different fabrics, and just raw edges. See, um, these two pieces are left over from something I did with Gail's patch. This here patch was sent to me by, now I can't remember her name, and then I got these. All these patches were sent to me by Joy. So think I've now used up all of Joy's patches she sent in her kit. And so, but now this is ready to start. I did all that by the sewing. Well, this is here a little borrow stitch right on this piece. But this I just did with the sewing machine. Okay, so then I did the same thing here is I put, well, this lace and this lace was sewing machine. All the background fabrics are sewing machine. But then I took this piece of lace that come from Joy's package, and it's like a piece of a tablecloth or a doily or something. Well, I left part of it loose right here. I wanted that to be loose, and then I just slow stitched around to hold the whole thing on. Then also I slow stitched a couple of yo-yos, Suffolk puffs, whatever. I put them on there, and then I slow stitched on some buttons here. So I like how that one looks. I think it looks really, really good. And then here, this one, oh, I think I showed, oh, I worked on this with you all, I think. And so here is, I slow stitched, see, I had a piece, this here piece, and I cut that corner flower off, and I just slow stitched that on there, put a button, two puffs here, two Suffolk puffs here, and a bow, and then here a little piece of a little doily that was in the kit, and so I just stitched that on there, and so, and then this little patch right here, and then I took my some floss and just went and put an edge just with the stitching on the edge on that bird's back. See, that's what I did there. And so I'm loving this thing. And then this one here, again, I sewed the back parts on with the sewing machine. And then this was a piece of scrap, and I just loved that. It almost looked like a butterfly. And so that's sewn on by the sewing machine. But then I took this piece of lace that was in the kit. It's so pretty, and I just stitched that on, slow stitching, and stitched on a little piece of um of eyelet lace there, and then this here piece of lace I stitched I I slow stitched that on, but it was all white, and I used orange across the top and the bottom, and I used blue going all the way through, and that's how that one is. Just, I just like the backs too of all the stitching, but and so I put that on there. And then this one here, I just finished this one up this morning. Now this was fun right here. I took that doily And see how it's got beads all the way around it? I've got really tiny beads, and um, I put that doily down and just stitched it on, but put beads as I was stitching. I put a bead. That's the only thing you got to be careful when you're if you want to stitch a bead, you got to make sure you have a very fine needle that it'll fit through the bead. The needle that you use to actually do the slow stitching, just I guess any kind of a regular needle will work, just any kind of embroidery needle or anything. But when you're putting the beads, you just got to make sure that these little tiny beads like this, that you can get the needle through it. But I love that look of them beads all the way around. And then I had this here flower, and it's like it's like a embroidered something, but it's filmy kind of fabric, and I just stitched it all the way around the edge, so it's on there if you can see that. I don't know if my light is a little bit too bright or not bright enough or whatever, but that's there. And then I put a little puff here, and it's a blue puff, but I stitch it on with orange thread, so it's got those little orange spots. That would be pretty too with doing beads around. And then here I put that little doily on there. So, and this little piece here is it is stitched just with a running stitch to hold them little pieces together. And so that's what's on that one. And then now I have this one ready to go. I mean, I did this here. I just got done putting and just stitched those squares on. And I have found, watching different videos, that you can use Elmer's glue. I use Elmer's glue in just little spots of glue. And I just glue the little pieces down with little spots of glue. And then I go over it with the iron to make sure all the little glue spots are done. So I just put a few spots here and there. And then when I went to sew it, it was already tacked down. It's a way of basting that you don't have to use pins. Usually if I've got all these on here and I've got them pinned, then I'm poking myself with the pins, and then sometimes the pins fall out. But by using that, and that I didn't come up with. Real quilters use that. You just use a little bit of the regular Elmer's glue, and then, well, it's water-based, so you can't even feel where the glue is. And then if you wash it, it's all going to wash out anyway because it's all water-based. So I want to start decorating this now with the slow stitching, but I first wanted to just show you how, if you're not familiar with the yo-yos or the Suffolk puffs, if you have just a square of fabric, I mean, you just cut you a circle. I'll just cut this right in. I folded it in fourths, and then I just have to cut it around like this. And there I have around. Put that scrap. Well, I'm going to put that scrap. It's little, so I'm going to put it in my stuffing box. And then I have a circle-ish. I have an ish circle, sort of a circle. And then I get my threaded needle. Here it is. And then this one I just put regular sewing thread on here. And then you just go around and around with an in and out thread all the way around the edge. And you just keep going until the cows come home. You can sing a little melody while you're stuffing this or sewing this, whatever you call it. And you just keep going until you get all the way around the whole circle. And they really don't take much time up. Sometimes I just get lazy and I don't do them, But what I need to do, though, really is just, I want to make a bunch of these to go in the kits already. When I've talked about the kits I'm going to make, they'll be available after the first of the year, because I got a couple of items that I have to order still to put in the kits, because I'm going to make sure that the kids have a needle threader and some needles, and I'm going to order them. And there was something else I can't remember, but anyway, other than that, the things I have in the kits are going to be from my own stash and stuff. Okay, now I went all the way around with that, so I'm going to pull that thread tightly, well, sort of tightly. I'll pull it through right there, and then even it out here. Now you can pull it real tight you want, or if you want like a hole in the middle like that look, then you wouldn't pull it real tight, you see. And so I'm going to pull this one like tightly, you see, and then I will tie it. Got me a longish piece of thread on there, and then I'm going to put a couple stitches through here, and to hold it, to make sure it stays put where I tell it to stay, and let that little puff know who's the boss here. And I'm gonna get that right, make sure that middle is centered, and you can do that by just stretching out your little fabric there, sort of. Then what I want to do is I want to put now you don't have to, but I do want to, and I do want to do this, so I'm going to put a button right in the center of that. And so I'm digging in my button box, my button jar, and now I gotta find something that shows up more. Oh, this is pretty. This is a wooden button. I'm gonna put that on there. That's pretty snazzy. Okay, now, so that is what I'm gonna do with that. And so I'm just gonna put a button in the middle of that one. And so you can put a button or you cannot put a button. That's totally up to you what you want to do. Now, this morning I've been watching, while I've been doing my little sitting here in my spot, I've been watching Ann Brooke, textile artist. Oh my goodness. And the one video, it's about 30 minutes long, but she calls it her portfolio, and it just shows so many things that she made with her slow stitching. And I went ahead and I shared that video on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, because I have so many of you all on my Facebook page. But if you're not on my Facebook page, then just go to Ann Brooke and look at Ann Brooke, textile artist, and oh my gosh, she's lovely. She is so lovely. And she's got a lot of videos, but what I like about her too is that she is like me in the way that she loves the raw edges. And I just love raw edges. Now on these little puffs now, I don't see any raw edges, but so that's how I put together a puff. Yo-yo. Puffs, yo-yos, Suffolk puffs, whatever they want to be called. That's what they are. That's what they can be called. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I wanted to show you how I do that. Then I also have this piece of fabric was sent to me by somebody. But see, when you have a piece of this kind of fabric, novelty kind of fabrics, it is so cute how you can find, just pick out a design. So what I'm going to do here, I just got my cart. I had this cart full of colored pencils and paints and stuff. And I said, oh, I need that for my sewing. So I put my colored pencils and paints in something else and stowed my cart to put right beside of me. That way I've got that cart with a lot of my sewing supplies on there. And got it right next to me there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and snip it all the way around with the pinking shears. And I love the look of the pinking shears. And I've got quite a few different fabrics that are novelty kind of fabrics. And I'm going to be putting pieces. So you never know. In the kits, when they come available, you may get just a little piece of something like that with a cute little image on it. I'll put that right there. But see, now this little image of this little girl with the unicorn, she's going to live there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out some pieces here. Here's a little piece of lace. I like where that can be right there. And then my little puffs, I'm going to use the pink one that I just made. It's going to go on there somewhere, maybe right here. This is so pretty. It's just a little embellishment of a little like an applique, and maybe this one will go down here, and because I like to put like a little bit of like light on light and dark on dark. And then this could maybe go up here because this would be pretty right there. And see, so I kind of lay out some things sort of how I think I may want them. And then this might not be all I use. I might go ahead with, maybe I'll put some rickrack on there. As I go is where I decide what I'm going to do. As I go. And it's so pretty, just so pretty. So now I'm going to take... Okay, I need more thread in my needle than in this little bitty piece. And so I'm gonna. My mother used to say gonna isn't a word, honey. So, okay, Mom. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mom. Gonna isn't a word. Let me check. Is that the same type of a needle? I'll check something here. I'm going to, oops, I gotta get my thread. You know what, I got this little magnet and I put my needle on that little magnet because otherwise I lose it and I can't see it. I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to get some more of this orange. I'm going to get some more of this orange here, and I'm going to split that into, get 2 strands of that off of there. That's what I want, is 2 strands. Now I guess I imagine you can use whatever, if you want to use all 6 strands, I guess you could do that, or if you want to use 3 or 4, I guess you can decide. But so far I've basically been doing just using 2 strands. And if I'm quiet, it comes apart better. But I may do somewhere I do use all 6 strands if I want to heavier looking. So I guess there's no rule on that either, no law, And here is you make your own rules. Oh, good, that came apart and I didn't ever have to curse or nothing. Okay, so then my needle off that magnet, and then I will put the needle threader through the hole. Now this is rocket science here, because so many times I do it backwards. And how could you do it backwards? Just leave it to me. I can do anything backwards. Okay. A running joke here at my house, which is not very nice of my people, but whenever I do something backwards, they say that's because I'm a quarter Polish. And I don't think that's very nice. Any of you that are Polish probably do not think it's very nice to blame everything that you do wrong, backwards on the Polishness. And so, but I like this right here. I like this right here. And so I am only going to, as simple as pie, I'm going to, ouchie, dear me, dear, don't poke yourself with the needle because that isn't healthy. There we go. We're going to put that little girl with her little unicorn right there, and I am just going to in and out. See this stitch here? It's just in and out. There's more things called, there's a Japanese word that they call it that I can't think of right now, and then there's also boro stitching, they call this, and just a running stitch. So you just run with it. You just take it and run with it. And so, and it's just in and out. It's just in and out, and you just keep going with that. And of course, you don't have to be stitching something on. You can be just stitching the stitches on your project. And so many projects, and I do recommend that you watch. I mean, you get so much inspiration from Anne Brooke. It's amazing. And just watch that one that is, I believe it's called her portfolio. And she's just got picture after picture after picture of things that she has done. I'm going to be watching that same video over and over just so I can continually get new ideas and new inspiration. And that's where I get my inspiration, is from all of you. All of you folks that do things in any of my crafting things I do. Not just my sewing, but my there's so many things I love to do. I love to do my coloring. I love doodling. I love the Zentangle style art. I love recycling, and I like to make my journals, junk journals. And when I first started paper crafting, I was doing photo albums, and just, scrapbooking. And well, now I don't do a lot of scrapbooking, although I have put my scrapbooking, rather than just the 12 by 12 formats, I do my scrapbooking in a junk journal. Well, yeah, I guess it would be a junk journal, but a photo album, photo album. So I got like one of them I have finished is a paper bag. I just used paper bags to make the journal. And then I have just pictures, that used to just live in a box, in my house, and I put them in a little journal. And the one I made out of a paper bag, I named it Happy. So every picture that I have in there is silly. It's like, because our family takes silly pictures. We don't like really pose or anything. Or if we do pose, forget it. My family, you can't get them to pose for nothing, because at least one of them is going to be goofy and act silly or something. But that journal that I put together with the paper bags, and I called it Happy, it has only pictures that will really make you laugh. They're just all funny. And then when I put the pictures in, I don't have them in order either. They're not in order as, progression of age or whatever. I just have them in there, period. And that's what I find that I like. Okay, now see, I've went all the way around there with just that stitch. Okay, let me move these guys because I got to turn it over. And turn that over so I can tie the knot on the back. And see, you can see where I just stitched that just all the way around the edge with the raw edge of that image, and that image was on a piece of fabric. So that is what I'm going to be sure to do, is when I put the kits together. You're going to get tired of hearing about my kits, but I want you to know what you're going to get. If once I get them together, it won't be till after the first of the year before they're available, because I want to make sure the kit is something like I would like to receive. The kit is going to be in a cigar box. And what do I have on here? I have started my list. Stamped muslin. I'm going to have muslin with images stamped on it. Buttons, embroidery floss, needles in the threader, lace, doilies, and fabrics. That's what I got just so far, just doodling on a list this morning. So there's going to be, but I'm going to make sure there's some puffs in there, and there's going to be some fun things in the box. And these are meant for those who do not have. Now, because you don't, if you're already like me and you have a if you've got a hoard of stuff. I'm 71 years old and have been doing crafting and especially sewing projects, gosh, since I was like in the third grade. And 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 so, and I have been collecting, and I've lived in this same I've lived at the same address now for 46 years. And when you live at the same address for 46 years, then you're going to be a collector of things. I think that might, I don't know why people move so often, but some of the people that move often, they're probably doing it pretty good, because if you move often, you buy a house, you say, oh, I'll live here about 3 years, and then we'll move and go live somewhere else. That's pretty good, because you don't become a hoarder that way. Well, I am a hoarder. I don't hoard garbage. Now, some people might call my stuff garbage, but my hubster, he's OCD in the way of hauling out the trash. I mean, he'll empty the trash out of the house 3 times a day. He'll collect. I empty all the waste baskets, bring the trash out. Sometimes he does like 3 times a day. So we don't hoard trash. There's been times when, I think I threw the directions in the trash, and I go to look, and doggone it, he's done got the trash out. And so, some stuff like that. So some, not in my garbage can in the kitchen, but yeah, that's what he does. He's the trash hauler outer. And he's always been like that. Always, he doesn't like to see a trash can get full of stuff. He says it's time to haul it out. Hey, the trash man. And so, which I'm glad of that, though. I'm really glad. That's not a complaint at all. Oh, heck, nobody. He's a good man, Gungadin. I always say, you are a good man, Gungadin. I don't know who Gungadin is, but... So now I'm getting this puffy. I got almost all around. But see, I put that button on there first. So, and buttons are fun on these little Suffolk puffs. And which is a good thing, because we want fun. You need to have fun in your life. You need to have fun. And this here, where you don't have no measuring, and you seen how I cut that circle out, it wasn't a perfect circle. You don't have to have a perfect circle. Nope, you do not have to. Okay, see there. Now I got that little puff. So now I sewed this beautiful little girl with her unicorn on. I got that puff on there. And then, let's see, I want this here somewhere. Well, maybe I want it right here. I kind of like that right there. What kind of color thread do I want to put on there? I used orange on here and orange on here. So now, oops, I got to look in my box. Look in my slow stitching box. Ooh, this color. This color, that's what I want on there. I want that color. And put my orange back in here because that's what I want to do. There we go. Now, so I'm going to get, isn't that pretty? It's like a teal blue. It's pretty. That is very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to pull me off about an arm's length of that there, and I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart. And I'm going to pull that apart and just get 2 strands of that. No, don't wind up. Maybe I'm supposed to go like this. Maybe I should go this way. No, that's not right, Elizabeth. Gosh. I just know slow. Just go slow. Just go slow so it unwinds. Just go slow. Take your time. Don't get in no hurry. And just unroll it. Don't get in a knot down there. Thread. Sometimes you have to talk sternly to your thread. Sternly speak to it. Okay. And yes, I was mentioning my kits that I've got all these plans for. It's the way I'm going to make my first million. It's off these kits. Off you guys. Taking advantage. I take advantage of you. Okay, now I got my needle here. Ouch, jeez, Elizabeth. And so then I'll put my needle threader. Like I say, it's rocket science because I went in here and first put the thread through the needle threader, and then I say, where did I put the needle? And then I think, oh, backwards. And there we go. The needle through the threader, or the threader through the eye of the needle, and then put the thread through the eye of the threader. Yeah, this is supposed to make things easy. Okay, now, and then pull that threader back through the needle hole and take the thread off of the threader. Put the threader up there where you don't lose it. And then I'm going to go ahead. Usually I go with just a single. I'm going to double this thread this time. And I'm going to knot the very end of it together. So usually, so this is actually going to make a 4-strand floss because I'm doubling it and put a knot. A 4-strand just because I want it to show up a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Let me start from back here and just put this, get that right on there. Look at this. Let's move that thread out of the way. And then I have this, look at this. I have this little glove. This was in a box of stuff that I just got from Lala Gamaloriwe. Gave me this box of stuff and it had this glove in there. I'm going to put this glove on a square, and then I'm going to put jewelry on it. I'm going to put like rings. I just had it laying there, see? And then I'm going to put like with beads. I'm going to make her some rings. I'm going to make her some a bracelet, and then maybe I'll put something in the center. Maybe I'll make fingernails. I don't know. Okay, but right now I'm just sewing on this flower right here. See how well I stay on task? I know, I see squirrels all day long. And change my mind and change my rhythm. Oh, gosh. I giggle only because sometimes words just bring up memories sometimes, and and words brings up memories that sometimes just give me a chuckle. And I remember one time somebody asked my mother something about, because when my mother was working on her sixth child, and I was still like young. Wait a minute, I gotta get a tissue. Where's my Kleenexes? I was still young because, well, there is 13 years between me and my youngest brother, but and I remember somebody, it was her friend Betty, said something to her about I don't know, something sarcastic about her being pregnant again. And my mother had said to her, she goes, well, we were practicing the rhythm method. Well, at the time, I had no idea what the heck is she talking about. I thought they were the rhythm, because, when you're in school, you have a rhythm band and stuff. And I wondered what the rhythm method had to do with expecting another child. The rhythm method. But they were practicing the rhythm method, and I guess it wasn't working. So their musical, I don't know what the heck. Maybe they're playing musical chairs. I don't know. But then later on in life, I learned what the rhythm method actually meant. And then I remembered, oh, that's what Mom was talking about all them years ago. That didn't work. And so that was kind of disappointing that the music band didn't cause her to have another child or something. I don't know. I guess I don't know why. See, that's why I said, I say a word sometime, and that one word, or I'll hear a word, and that one word will bring up like some kind of a memory or something. And yeah. Hi, Papa. What you doing?
How's your coffee supply?
How's my coffee supply? I still got plenty.
Okay.
Thank you, dear. Besides his my hubster being the trash man, he also makes sure I have plenty to drink. So right now I've got my coffee. He makes sure that my coffee cup stays full. Until a certain time of the day, then he makes sure that my water bottle is full and my drink cup. He calls it, what do you want, coffee, drink, or water? My drink is always moonshine. Not really. That's a joke. And
We'll be outside.
you're gonna be outside. What are you gonna do out
I
there?
don't know yet until I get out there.
Oh, you
I
don't
may
know?
not do nothing but walk around a little bit and then come back in.
You might need to put your wig on and keep your head warm.
Could be I'll get abducted by aliens.
Oh, well, if you get abducted by aliens, it's been nice knowing you, Papa. He's gonna transport around the yard a little bit. He went to the doctor yesterday. The doctor put him on, what is this stuff called? Donezpizol. I told him, I said, you know what? I'm going to start taking that medicine. I'm going to give you a placebo. And I'm going to start, because this is supposed to help him with his memory. It's actually a generic for a name brand of some kind of a memory medicine. And so he's going to be smarter than me. What?
It's quite some warmer out than it was when I was out earlier.
Oh, is it? It's warming up? Good. He come now back in and gave me a weather report. We do not have to watch the news for weather. All we have to do is go outside, and we can tell if it's cold or if it's hot. If you get wet when you're outside, you know it's raining. And and if you get your blows your hat off, you know it's windy. And so you don't really need to listen to the weather person, because a lot of times weather person ain't exactly right anyway. So yeah, brought me in a weather report, and now he went back out again. Yeah, and he's also the mail checker. He goes to check the mail about 12 times a day, because you never know. Actually, our mail here lately, especially, it's been running about 3 times a day, because the regular mailman, he doesn't carry packages with him anymore. Somebody else carries packages, a different mail person. And I gotta get some more thread here. I kind of ran out. I didn't get enough thread. And then we have a different mail person that brings, still from the USPS, but that one delivers packages. And so sometimes there's more than one package delivery in a day. So we get a lot of mail. I'm going to see here now. There's still 4 pieces on here. So now if I okay, I got to put my needle put the threader into the needle. Are you guys bored half to tears yet? I hope not. But if you come to my house to visit me, don't come to my house, because you might catch the pneumonia. No, you won't. I like people to come to my house. I am careful, though, lately because of this stupid corona. Okay, this time I'm only just, because I got 4 strands in there already, I don't have to double it. But now I can finish this. But what I would like, which I think I have a friend that is willing to do this with me now, is like if I'm sitting here and I'm doodle bugging with this thing, and I'm just slow stitching, and then I have my camera right there showing what I'm doing. But if all I'm doing is talking to somebody on the telephone, sort of, like a video chat on just a telephone, and if we were both doing some crafty things, and if we both just like to talk about nonsensical things like I do, I like nonsense. I like nonsense. Then I would have my needle just come unthreaded. So, but anyway, I would have somebody to chat with while I was doing whatever, rethreading my needle. So I get my needle threader, put it back through the eye of the needle, through its little eyeball there. I should have put beads on there. Okay, I'm going to put the beads on the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to snip that very end off of there, just so all the little ends are the same length, and then I'll moisten it a little bit with my saliva so it all goes in there. Perfectly nice. Okay, now don't touch this because it's got my saliva on there. My DNA is now on the end of that thread. Now we got to get that off of there. Okay, good. Now, good. There. Now, back in business here. Now we're back in business. So, yeah, this is, There we go. There we go. I was going to try, I got one of those waxer things where you can wax your thread. I don't know where it is. I put it somewhere. I put it somewhere safe so I wouldn't lose it. I forgot that safe place. But I'm wondering if I wax this thread before I actually sew with it, if that would make any difference, which actually I think it's working just fine like this, but anyhow. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I received something in the mail yesterday with no return address or anything. No return address. And it was a gift to me from somebody else. And it is a bobbin winder. Someone sent me a bobbin winder. Now, I actually did one day, I guess I did whine. I'm going to quit about wine. I'm going to not be whining anymore about needing anything, because then something will show up in the mail. And so, but somebody sent me about bobbin winders. Somebody. Now, the hubster, I had actually ordered a bobbin winder. I had already ordered a bobbin winder because the hubster said I could order one on his nickel. So I ordered one, but then I got an email saying that there was a problem with the payment process or something. So I had to change the payment process or something, the payment option, to be able to get the bobbin winder. And then I said, well, nah, maybe I don't need it all that bad. And so then bobbin winder showed up in the mail. The bobbin winder in the mail. And so then I went to look at my Amazon account to see if they changed their mind, because they already said I had to change my shipping preference or something. Something I had to change. And so then I went and checked, and no, they never processed that order. I wasn't charged for the order. They didn't process the order. Yet I have a bobbin winder. And so I don't know now if there was a mistake with the Amazon folks. Oh no, the one that I ordered was not from Amazon. The one that I ordered was from, was it Joann's? Michael's? Hobby Lobby? I don't remember. It was from a different place that I ordered it. That I thought I ordered it, but I didn't actually order it. But this one was from Amazon. I did not order it from Amazon. I didn't even try to order it from Amazon. I ordered it from another seller. So somebody out there, I am thinking that somebody out there in Neverland has ordered me a bobbin winder. Now, I'm positive. I don't know. I'm confused. But then I am easily confused. Just a minute. I gotta get my beads. I'm gonna get my beads, because I won't put beads around this here. So, but here it is. Yes, Papa?
Oh, I just made it in safe and sound.
Okay, good. But see, here it is. It came like this. And then I opened it up. And inside here is that's what it looks like. It's the bobbin winder. And it's in there. So, and it's in there, brand new, spanking new bobbin winder. And this is exactly the kind I wanted that would hold the big spool of thread here. Because they make some that are much cheaper, but they only hold a small, like a regular spool of thread like this. This is the one I wanted, the one that holds, or the type I wanted, because it holds the whole big cone of thread. And so And it came, and this one did absolutely come from Amazon. And so, but there's no message inside. And when I looked at my Amazon, because I thought, I am losing my mind. My mind's missing. No sign of me ordering. No thing. And then also, also the place that I originally was trying to order it from has not sent me one because of the problem, and I didn't go back in and change the mode of payment or something that I had to change. And so, if you sent me this bobbin winder, if you sent me this bobbin winder, then you are an angel and you are on the top of my list. And that means that everything was misunderstood by Santa Claus because I wasn't all that good. Now what I'm going to do is, well, why did I do that? I don't want to do that. I have like little beads. So every time now I make a stitch, see, I just put a little red bead right there. Now I made another stitch, so I'm going to pick up another bead. Oh, this one happened to be red too. And then that bead's going to go right down there. And then I will go ahead and stitch, another bead. Then I'm going to reach in here and I'll find another bead. Okay, this one's kind of orange. So I have this bead box here. And all it is a whole bunch of little beads. So I'm not going to pick out the colors I want because that's too tedious. So I'm going to go with whatever I get. Now I'll make another stitch. And these are just running stitches too. Pick up another bead and put it on there. And then do another stitch. And then I will go get another bead. I am taking up a lot of your time, aren't I? I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I don't mind if you turn me off. Or you could pause me. You can pause me. You can pause me. I like pause. Dog paws, cat paws, all of them. Put another one on there. See, I'm just picking up the bead, put it down on there, and then... And this is just so much fun. I just love this. I absolutely love this. Let's pick up a bead. I'm getting a lot of red ones. Red must be my color of the day. And so then make another stitch. Ouchie. Do not stitch your finger on there, or your finger is going to live forever on your square. Forever live on your square. We don't want your finger to forever live on your square. So there's a blue one. And then we'll put that in here. And I'm just going to keep going around this little puff until it is stitched all the way on. And then, and this one's got the beads around it. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. After I'm done doing this video, then I'm probably going to go turn Anne Brooke back on again and watch some more of her. Oh, gosh, she does such... I mean, it's so simple. Though what she does is so simple, but then so beautiful. And so, and she does the raw edge. And that is what I love. I love the raw edge. I love the look of the raw edge. And I also, somebody asked me, my friend Jennifer asked me, she goes, well, isn't that going to, like, what, how can you wash it? Do you have to have it dry cleaned? And I said, no, I'll just wash it just in the washing machine, just normal, wash it and dry it. And if it so happens that maybe one of the seams comes undone in the washing machine, I'll just go and slow stitch and fix it. And then that will even give it even more personality. So that's what you do. It just, whatever you get is what you get. And then after, if you do wash it and it comes apart in places and you have to just go back and mend it with just a slow stitch of some kind, then it just gives it all more personality and more coziness, and it's just beautiful. In my opinion, I kind of like this now. See, this is using 4 strands of the floss, and so the color shows up a little bit more. So I guess now what you do then, see, is you just whatever you want, And so I think I might stick with maybe I'll just split it to 3. Then I get it, because it's in 6 strands when you get the thing, and so if you split it to 3, then you get your double your length, double your money's worth splitting. But I don't know, I guess you could even use all 6 strands. I guess real people who do embroidery, there's different stitches that you would use, different strands, different amounts of strands. That's what I'm thinking. Thinking isn't really gotten me far anyway, but I think anyway. I just give it a good thought, and I think about cleaning house. Doesn't ever get done, but I think about it. So that doesn't bother me none. Well, it's the thought. They say it's the thought that counts, So if you think about cleaning house, well, then there you go. That's the thought that counts. So you think about it. I'm thinking about washing windows. Will I ever do it? No, but I'm thinking about it. I think I do need to do the carpets, though. Now, but you see, in my house, I've got dog beds, blankets on the floor in here for the dogs in this room, in my sewing room. I have blankets on the floor in my craft room for the dogs. And then I have blankets on the floor in front of the couch, and they can get on the couch, but sometimes they don't feel like it. So I got blankets on the floor there for them too. And so that because they like to get in and shuffle up all their little blankets to make them even more cozy. And so there's blankets, so they kind of cover up the floor, so I don't really have to clean the floor. Now see this, how long? An hour. I've been on here an hour. I guess now I better hash up, and then I'll continue to do this while I hash up. I'll still continue talking to myself. I love doing this. This is so fun. And just having things around. But look at there. See, now if I put this up here, this will be very pretty up there. If I use the blue thread on that one. And something has to go down here. So I thought, well, maybe a piece of rickrack here. I think I used the rickrack that was in this kit already. So when I put your all's kits together, I'm going to make sure I got plenty of things to stitch onto your Oh, I think I used that piece of rickrack that was in here. Oh, I have this. There's some more of this. I have... Oh, yeah, I guess I did use that piece of rickrack that was in here. I used it already? Okay. That's okay. I got some more. Don't... Oh, no, I didn't use it. Here it is. Here it is. I knew it. I knew it. I didn't think I used it. Let me put this in here. Put these back in my box. See, and when you have your box like this, I was looking around. Where'd I put that rickrack? That's in my hand. Oh, good grief. Well, I'm not going to keep you up. Look at that. But that won't, well, it'll show up okay. I got iron it. It wants to twist, and so I'll iron it. And, but then this, too. I like this. Now, I was thinking that something like this, what if I were to, yes, what if I were to put this, stretch it out, put right over that flower? Or what if I were to put it right over this lace? Or what if I was to put it right over these things? You know, there is so many ideas that you can do with this stuff. Do you guys want to hide behind a fence? Maybe we could put this as like a fence. Ooh! Maybe this could be like, don't fence me in. Oh, you know what? I think this is going to go right here. Because I can still see you guys. But you're like behind a little fence, so you're safe. That will keep you safe, you guys. See there? Okay, I'm not going to... See there? It's the little girl and the unicorn. And then if I put this like here, like a little fence.
Is that here you?
No, honey, I was just... Oh, no, I wasn't calling you. I was just making noise at the camera.
Oh.
But thank you for coming to check on me.
You are.
He's so cute. He thought I called him. Now, but so anyway, you guys do this slow stitching. I'm telling you, there is nothing more other than eating ice cream, which I cannot do anymore. There's nothing more relaxing than doing this slow stitching. Okay, so I'm gonna read you. I've about got all my Christmas stories. What is today? Today's already the 23rd. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. One of my sons. He's gonna be 51. He's born in 16. Yeah. He's going to be 51 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Kurt, if you're watching. Okay, now. So here we are. Now, we're still in the winter season, and I've got... Oh, I've only got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more things to... Well, that'll be perfect. I'll end up, and then Then it starts again in the summer. Oh, New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter. Oh, I didn't realize that. Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So they have... That's very nice. Okay, so we're in the Christmas season right now. Okay, so... Let me check on you guys. Oh, yeah, I still see you all out there. You're still there. Thank you for not leaving. Okay. Every day is a holiday to thank and praise the Lord. Special poems for special seasons are meaningful indeed, but daily inspiration is still man's greatest need. For day by day, all through the year, not just on holidays, man should glorify the Lord in deeds and words of praise. And when the heart is heavy and everything goes wrong, may these daily words for daily needs be like a cheery song, assuring you he loves you and that you never walk alone. For in God's all-wise wisdom, your every need is known. That's very, very good. Yes, and we were talking about that, inspiration, daily inspiration. And look every day, something that inspires you just to be grateful. Because even with all of the crap that's going on in the world these days, there is so much to be grateful for. And you look around and you get inspired to be grateful and inspired to do some slow stitching. Okay, so God bless you all, and thanks for hanging out for this whole hour. And yeah, hour of flower power. All right. And God bless you all. Have a good rest of your day. I might come on with another video in a little while. Sometimes I just bombard you all with videos. And sometimes I go a couple of days without no videos. Without any videos. I'm not very good at English. And so hopefully my English teacher isn't watching, but she was old when I was in school, so maybe she's Angel. Oh, then she is watching me from above thinking, oh, that's not what I taught you, Elizabeth. Okay, but anyway, God bless you, and where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay, God bless you. Thank you. And Merry 2 days before Christmas. Merry 2 days before Christmas. God bless you. Okay, now here's how we got to go and turn this off right here.